My sexy maid. When love blossom. Chapter 7. It was the day for Mia's dad to be discharged from the hospital. They both woke up, dressed up and went to their different places, concluding that they will go to pick their dad later in the evening. Karen went to school and Mia went to work. Mia got to Alexander's place and she went in as usual and did not meet him at home. She got to the kitchen and began preparing breakfast. She was almost done when Alexander came down looking cold. "Good morning, sir," she greeted. "Morning," he answered coldly, then drank water and went to work without uttering anything to her. As he left, Mia wondered what is really wrong with him. She forget about that and continue her work later. Alexander got to his company and rushed in and then he went to his office immediately. He sat down and called his secretary to come to see him at the office. The secretary later came and asked him what is wrong. "Who the hell hacked into my system?" he asked angrily. "No one use your system, sir," she answered in fear. "Call for a meeting right now," he said to her as she nodded and left. He knew his anger will bring out his werewolf, so he tried to suppress his anger. Some minutes later the meeting was called. "Good morning everyone. The reason why this meeting was called is because I realized someone has hacked into the company and trying to get some information or somethings from the company, so I will like the security of the company to be more tightened and also I need the best hacker to help stop the person getting into the company's system," he said, and wait for them to speak. Karen was at school anticipating for time to pass so they can go to pick their father from the hospital. During lunch break, the rest have gone out to eat but he was the only one remaining, and as Eliza noticed this she left Damien and went to him. Damien, understanding why she went back, decided to go alone to the cafeteria. Eliza got to him and sat beside him. "Hey boyfriend, why are you not going for break? Aren't you hungry?" "I am hungry, just that I want the time to pass fast so I can get back home." "Oh, what makes you want to go home fast today?" "Well, my dad has been hospitalized for more than a month now and he will be discharged today, so that makes me so anxious to go and pick him up." "Oh, I understand, but you sitting here will not make the time fast, so let's go now and eat," she said, pouting her lips. Karen, seeing her pouted lips and her beautiful face, could not resist, so he stood up and followed her to the cafeteria. "The lovebirds are coming," Damien said as he saw them both coming holding hands, and the rest of the students looked their way and the girls could not help but get jealous about them. They got to Damien's place and Eliza hit his head. "Must you say that?" she said, then turned to her students. "Hey guys, Karen isn't my boyfriend, we are just friends," she said to them, and Karen put on a sad face. "Don't worry bro, she will become yours soon," Damien whispered to him. "I hope so," he said, and they all sat down to eat, and as they were eating Eliza noticed that Damien has become sad and quiet all of a sudden. "What is wrong, Karen?" she asked. "Nothing," he said, and they keep on eating. Back at Alexander's company, they all made their suggestions and they end the meeting and Alexander went back to his office. He decided to use his power to find the person behind this. He then closed his eyes and stretched out his hand, then a dim light appeared in his hand and after a while the light went off, then he opened his eyes and he took his car key, then went out of his company and got into his car. His driver wanted to drive but he said he will drive himself. He drove out of the company in a rush and within some few hours he got to his destination, then he got down and went into a small bungalow. He went into the house and there he met an old man but not too old, and the old man on seeing him became shocked and he quickly closed what he was doing in his laptop, but before he could shut it down Alexander grabbed him by his collar. "How dare you hack into my company? What the hell are you saying? I have no idea what you're talking about. Continue to deny it all you want. I will show you an evidence," Alexander said, then he stretched out his hand and then how the man hacked into the system all appeared and he himself was shocked that how did he know about this. "If you really know who I am you won't dare do what you did," he said, and then he went out angrily making sure no one see him, then he transformed into his full werewolf, then he went back inside. The man, seeing the werewolf, how huge it was and how hideous it looks, became so scared. Immediately the werewolf pounced on the man and used his claw to scratch his cheek and did the same to the other side of his cheek. He then used his claw to raise the man up and the man keep on shouting but it did not let the man go. He carried the man and hit him on the floor twice, then the man fainted. He then transformed back to his real self and went into his car and then drove back to his company. Mia was later done in the evening and she went home. She could go and pick her dad at the hospital. She got home and met Karen at the living room, then she quickly changed her cloth and they went to the hospital. They got to the hospital later and the doctor discharged their dad and also gave them some drugs to be giving him and they took him home. They got home and they sat him down. "Welcome back home, Dad." "Thanks dear, thank you for taking care of me. I thought I won't survive this, that I am going to die." "No Dad, we can't let you die." "Thanks," he said, and Mia went to the kitchen to bring his food. "Dad, this is your food, eat so you can rest." Okay, he said and open it. Oh, this is my favorite, he said and began eating. Mia went into her room to call Alexander while Karen just sat there watching their father eat. Then his mind went to Eliza. Mia got into her room and called Alexander. She has been calling him since he left home in the morning but he never picked up. She called again like 3 times before he picked up. Hello, sorry Mia, I was in the bathroom when you called. Okay sir, I was just worried about you because the way you left home this morning looks like something is wrong. No, I just had an urgent thing to attend to and before I came back you have left. Yes sir, my dad was discharged today so I went to the hospital to pick him up. Wow, thank God, I hope he is okay now. Yes sir, and it all thanks to you. Don't mention my regards to him and Karen. Okay sir, make sure you bring him and Karen to my place this weekend, my driver will come pick you all up. Okay thanks sir, I will. Okay bye sexy maid. Bye handsome boss, she said and laughed then cut the call. Then she went to the living room and met her father already asleep. Then she wake him up and told him to go and sleep in his room. Then he went to sleep. Then she and Karen also ate dinner and went to sleep. She got to her room and as she entered she saw a figure resting on her window frame and then she got there to see the person there and she was shocked at who she saw.